The art of thinking clearly, a cognitive detox. It is a common human affliction to mistake the comfort of routine for the clarity of thought. Our minds, wondrous engines of possibility, are often clogged with the psychological detritus of the modern age, habitual biases, emotional noise, and the sheer volume of information that daily assaults our senses. Achieving true cognitive clarity, the art of thinking clearly, is not about becoming a cold, calculating machine, but rather about performing a thorough, gentle, and utterly necessary cognitive detox. This journey isn't about learning new tricks. It's about unlearning the cognitive shortcuts that hinder genuine understanding. The first step in any detox is recognizing the toxins. One of the most insidious is the anchoring bias in its subtle, everyday form. Most discussions of this bias focus on negotiations, e.g., the first price stated sets the anchor. But in our personal lives, the anchor is often an early, emotionally charged memory, or a deeply held yet unexamined childhood lesson. For example, a minor setback in a new hobby might anchor our entire perception of our competence in that field, causing us to abandon it prematurely. To detox from this, we must practice the mental reset. Before making any major decision or forming a judgment, consciously try to formulate the exact opposite perspective. Force yourself to build a compelling argument for the opposing viewpoint. This act doesn't guarantee you'll change your mind, but it successfully breaks the initial anchor's psychological grip. Next, we must address the pervasive noise of the availability heuristic, which is amplified to a screaming pitch by continuous media exposure. We don't just judge the likelihood of events by how easily they come to mind. We judge the importance of a concept by how often we scroll past it. The cognitive detox demands a shift from consuming readily available, repetitive, and often sensationalized information, the cognitive equivalent of fast food, to actively seeking out friction information. This is information that is difficult to find, requires concentration to read, and actively challenges your current worldview. Think academic papers over trending summaries, or long-form historical analysis over short-burst news updates. The friction forces your brain to slow down, engage deeper, and move beyond the shallow, pre-chewed content that pollutes genuine thought. A significantly underestimated toxin is the narrative imperative. Our brains abhor randomness and ambiguity. We are storytellers by nature. We try to weave every random event, every success, and every failure into a neat, causal story. I succeeded because of X, Y, and Z steps I took. Or, the project failed because the market suddenly changed. This imperative leads to the hindsight bias, the "I knew it all along" phenomenon, which is intellectually paralyzing because it prevents us from accurately assessing the role of genuine luck or true systemic complexity. If we always create a perfect, seamless narrative after the fact, we never learn from the messy reality of the moment. The detox prescription here is the pre-mortem exercise. Before you embark on a new plan or make a significant choice, imagine it has failed spectacularly 1 year from now. Then write a detailed, honest report explaining the causes of the failure. This technique forces you to consider genuine, non-narrative risks and vulnerabilities, moving you past the comfort of a simple success story. Finally, we encounter the subtle sabotage of temptation bundling in reverse. Temptation bundling suggests pairing a desirable activity with an undesirable one, e.g., only watching your favorite show while exercising. The reverse toxin happens when we allow our values and self-identity to be bundled with tribal conformity. Thinking clearly often means standing slightly outside the boundaries of your social or professional group's accepted wisdom. The moment you define yourself primarily by your group affiliation, I am a type of person, you unconsciously delegate a portion of your independent thought to the group consensus. The cognitive price is heavy, a reluctance to challenge the group's flawed premises. To detox from this, periodically engage in an identity audit. Ask yourself, if I woke up tomorrow with none of my current social affiliations, which of my core beliefs would I still hold with the same certainty? This separates your genuine, hard-won intellectual conclusions from beliefs adopted for social ease. The art of thinking clearly is ultimately an act of humility and constant maintenance. It is recognizing that your mind's natural state is messy and biased, and that clarity requires deliberate, sustained effort. It is less about being right and more about ensuring that the lens through which you view the world, your own mind, is as clean and unfiltered as possible. If this deep dive into the mechanics of clear thought resonated with you, imagine the conversations we could start. Take a moment to share your biggest cognitive aha moment in the comments below. It truly helps the entire community grow. Smash that like button if you found a fresh perspective here. And to ensure you never miss another piece of transformative thinking, be sure to subscribe. Your engagement fuels the next exploration.